So in the previous class we have discussed about the RBD layout. So that is randomized block design. So what is randomized block design? Whenever the whole experimental material is not homogeneous, first we divide it into some H blocks. Then each block we apply the treatments randomly. So here we use the principles of local control, randomization and also the replication. So in each block the treatment will be repeated. So the number of blocks is equals to the number of replications in RBD. So this RBD, if you simplify it, it is nothing but a two-way ANOVA layout. So coming to the problem, the same steps what we have used for the ANOVA two-way classification, we will be using the same steps for ANOVA. So here the RBD question is given as an experiment was conducted on wheat with 3 treatments. So on wheat field the experiment is conducted with 3 treatments. So they have considered 3 treatments in 4 randomized blocks. So there are 4 blocks and in each block there are 3 treatments are applied. So analyze the data and state your conclusions. So you have to analyze this data. First you have to identify it, which layout it is. So here you are having treatments and blocks. So here if you have both treatment and blocks, then it is an RBD layout. Suppose if blocks are not given, just an experiment was conducted on wheat with 3 treatments was given. These blocks are not given, only the treatment values are given, means it is a CRD layout. If blocks are included along with the treatments, then it is an RBD layout. So this, if you observe, this is an RBD layout. So we will be using the same steps what we have used for the ANOVA two-way classification. So the first step in any analysis is any test of significances. We will be formulating our null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis. So here we will be writing our null hypothesis first. So since it is like a two-way classification only, we are going to write 2 null hypotheses. First one is H01. So under H01, what is the first null hypothesis we are going to write? The treatments are homogeneous. The treatments are homogeneous. So similarly, alternating hypothesis is written as the treatments are not homogeneous. So treatments are homogeneous means there is no significance difference between the 3 treatments. You can write in your way, here I have written treatments are homogeneous. You can also write there is no significance difference between the treatments. And the second null hypothesis I am denoting with H02. So this will be writing based on the blocks. That means the blocks are homogeneous. The blocks are homogeneous. So if blocks are homogeneous means there is no significance difference between the blocks. So this first thing is we have to convert this RBD layout into the two-way classification. So we will do that step now. The given RBD can be written as, so the same RBD layout we are going to convert into a two-way classification based on the number of blocks and the number of treatments. So we are having total how many blocks? 4 blocks are given. So we are going to write blocks and treatments. So blocks are 4 blocks how many treatments are given? 3 treatments are given, that is A, B and C. So now these are 4 blocks. So 4 blocks, you divide, first you divide the 4 blocks, then based on each block you write the treatment values. First coming to the block 1. So in block 1, what is treatment A value? It is 8. And in block 1, what is treatment B value? It is 10. So write here 10. Next, in block 1, treatment C value is 12. Similarly, for block 2, treatment A value is 8. In block 2, treatment B value is also 8. And treatment C value is 10. Similarly, you do it for the block 3 and block 4. So in block 3, A value is 6, B value 9, C value 10. Similarly, block 4, A value is 8, B value is 10, C value is 9. So observe clearly, it is a two-way layout. You are having blocks and also you are having the 3 treatments. So this is our two-way layout. Now we will go for our steps for ANOVA. Before that, what are the given values? So from the above data, what is the H value? H equals to number of blocks. How many blocks we are having? 4 blocks. So H equals to 4 and K equals to number of treatments in each block. So in each block, how many treatments are there? 3 treatments. So K equals to 3. Then what is capital N value? We know N equals to K into H, that is 4 into 3. Therefore N is equals to 4 3s are 12. So these are the given values. Now we will move on to the steps for ANOVA. So the steps for ANOVA are similar for the two-way classification. So in two-way classification, we have done only one problem, right? So the problem will be similar to this. If you did not understand two-way classification problem, you can understand it. So now steps for ANOVA. So the first step for ANOVA is we are going to find the grand total. So what is the grand total? Grand total is denoted with G. So G is equals to double summation I equals to 1 to K, J equals to 1 to H, Y I J. That means by adding all the observations, we are going to get the required N value. So how we are going to add the observations? We have 2 ways. You can add up all the observations, or simply you find out the treatments total, that is Ti, and similarly you find out the block totals. So block totals are denoted with Bj. So total of the all treatment totals or the total of the all block totals will give you the required grand total. So add all the first treatment values, that is treatment A values, 8 plus 8 plus 6 plus 8, it is 30. Similarly, second treatment B values, 10 plus 10, 20, 28 plus 9 is 37. Next, similarly, treatment C values, 10 plus 10, 20, 32 and 41. So these are the treatment totals. Now similarly, add up all the block values, that is Bj. So I am denoting block totals as Bj. So add the values, 10 plus 8, 18 plus 12, it is 30. Next, similarly, 8 plus 8, 16 plus 10, 26. Next, 6 plus 9, 6 plus 9 plus 10, it is 26. 25. Next, 10 plus 8, 18 plus 9, 27. So by adding all the treatment values, that is 30 plus 37 plus 41, it is 108. And similarly 30 plus 26 plus 25 plus 27 is also 108. So this 108 is nothing but the grand total G value. So therefore G is equals to 108. So after getting the G value, our next step is we will be finding the correction factor. So this correction factor CF is equals to, what is the formula for correction factor? G squared by capital N. So what are the values we got? H equals to 4, K equals to 3 and N equals to 4 3s are 12. Now G square means 108 whole square divided by N value is 12. So we get the correction factor value, that is 108 square by 12 is 972. So this is the correction factor value. Next, in the third step, we are going to find the total sum of squares. So total sum of square, that is TSS, which can be also written as ST square, equals to raw sum of squares minus correction factor. Raw sum of squares means double summation Yij square minus correction factor. So here ST square is equals to, what is Yij square? How you will find? You will add up all the square values, that is 8 square. Start from the 8 square plus 8 square plus 6 square plus 8 square plus 10 square, 8 square up to the last value 9 square. So don't get confused. You have to only take the values which are given in the question. So don't get confused or consider the totals of the treatments or the totals of the blocks. Only this 4 3s are only 12 values. You have to square and add, so that the answer will be 998. So 998 minus 972. Correction factor value is 972, right? So which implies ST square is equals to, so 998 minus 972 is 26. So we get the total sum of square as 26. So this is the total sum of squares value. Next, we find the fourth step, that is, we will be finding the treatment sum of squares. Treatment sum of squares. So treatment sum of square, it is given as small TSS, which can be written as capital S small t square, equals to, what is the treatment sum of squares formula? 1 by h summation over j t I square minus correction factor. So substitute the values. 1 by h means 1 by 4 ti square, that means 30 square plus 37 square plus 41 square minus correction factor value is 972. So solve this one. 30 square plus 37 square plus 41 square divided by 4, you will be getting 987. 987.5. So 987.5 minus 972, your treatment sum of square value is 15.5. So capital S small t square, that is treatment sum of square, is equals to 15.5. So this is the treatment sum of squares value. Next we have to find the block sum of squares. Next, fifth step. So fifth step is block sum of squares. So block sum of square, it is denoted as BSS, which can also be written as SB square, is equals to, what is the formula? 1 by K summation over I Bj square minus correction factor. So substitute the values. 1 by K means 1 by 3. So what are the Bj values? 30 square plus 26 square plus 25 square plus 27 square minus correction factor value is 972. So we got all the required values. Now this box is not needed. I'll rub this box, copy this one. So now block sum of squares value, that is SB square, equals to, solve this one, that is 30 square plus, next is 26 square plus 25 square plus 27 square divided by 3, that is 976.666 minus 972. So we get the block sum of squares as 4.667. So this is block sum of squares. So next step, that is sixth step, we are going to find the error sum of squares. So error sum of square is denoted with ESS, which can also be written as SE square. And what is the formula? Total sum of squares minus treatment sum of square minus block sum of squares. So what is actually total sum of square, treatment sum of square and block sum of squares? We will be already doing the correction factor. The correction factor is included. So that's why the error sum of square can be directly written as the total minus the various effects. So error itself, it means that the difference between the original value and the expected value, right? So total sum of square, it is the original value minus whatever the variations you are getting. So in two-way classification, we are getting variation in two directions, that is due to treatments and due to blocks. So that's why from total we subtract the various errors. So few of them had the doubt that error sum of square, why don't we take the correction factor? Because already in total sum of square we have included correction factor, treatment and blocks also we have included the correction factor. So already those corrected values only we are using for the error sum of squares. And substitute the values. SE square is equals to, what is the treatment total sum of squares? SE square equals to 26 minus treatment sum of square is 15.5 minus block sum of square is 4.667. So 26 minus 15 minus 4.667 is error sum of square, you get it as 5.833. So SE square equals to 5.833. Now this is the total steps for ANOVA. Now by using this total sum of squares, treatment sum of squares and all the sum of squares, we are going to find the mean sum of squares. So this mean sum of square steps we will directly calculate in our ANOVA table. So copy all this one. Now we will write our ANOVA table. So remember all these values, copy all the values, do it by yourself. Now we will write all these values in the ANOVA table. So last step is ANOVA table, from which we get the F calculated values, which we use for the comparison and giving the conclusions. So in ANOVA table, what is the first step? First block is we are going to write source of variation. Next we are going to write sum of squares. Next in the step we are going to write degrees of freedom. And in the next step we are going to write mean sum of squares. And in the last step we are going to calculate the F ratio. So source of variations, how many sources we have for the variations? First is treatments. So treatments means here what are the treatments given? Fertilizers, right? 4 fertilizers are used. 4 treatments. So treatments they have not specified as fertilizers. Okay, only treatments. And next blocks. So if anything is specified like fertilizers and all, you write here that value also. Next error. So there will be 3 types of variations, that is treatments, blocks and errors. The variation will be because of these 3 factors. And next total. Next sum of squares. To treatment sum of square, ST square is equals to, how much we got the treatment sum of square? We got the treatment sum of square as 15.5. Next is block sum of square, that is SB square. So block sum of square we got it as 4.667. Next error sum of square SE square we got it as, error sum of square as 5.833. And the last total sum of square ST square is 28. Sorry, 26. So total sum of square is 26, right? Yes. Now write down the degrees of freedom. For treatment, the degrees of freedom is K minus 1, which is equals to total. There are 3 treatments, right? So 3 minus 1. The degrees of freedom is H minus 1, so that 4 blocks, 4 minus 1 equals to 3. Next error. So for error it is K minus 1 into H minus 1, K minus 1 into H minus 1, that is 2 into 3, which is equals to 6. Next error, total sum of squares, the degrees of freedom is n minus 1, that is 12 minus 1 is 11. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. If you add these 3, you have to get the total degrees of freedom also. Next is, we are going to write the mean sum of squares. So mean sum of squares, first mean sum of square due to treatment, that is small st square equals to capital ST square, that is 15.5 divided by the degrees of freedom 2. So we get the ST square value as 15.5 divided by 2 is equals to 7.75. Similarly, mean sum of square due to blocks, that is small SB square equals to sum of squares, that is 4.667 divided by the degrees of freedom 3. So SB square is equals to 4.667 divided by 3 is 1.55. Next error sum of square, SE square, small SE square equals to total sum of square, that is 5.833 divided by degrees of freedom 6 So SE square is equals to 0.972. So mean sum of square is finished. Next we will be finding the F ratio. So first FT, that means the F ratio for the treatments equals to small st square by small se square, which follows the F distribution with k minus 1 comma k minus 1 into h minus 1. So what is the value? St square is is equals to 7.75 divided by error value is 0.972. So that FT calculated value equals to 7.973, which implies FT equals to 7.973, which follows F distribution with, what is the degrees of freedom? 2,6. Next is FB, that is F ratio for the blocks, which is equals to small SB square divided by SE square is equals to, what is mean sum of squares due to blocks? 1.555 divided by error sum of square is 0.972. So which implies FB is equals to 1.555 divided by 0.97 is 1.599, which follows F distribution with, what is the degrees of freedom? 3,6. So this is the F calculated value. Now check out the F table values for this. This is FT calculated value. This is FB calculated value. So check the F table value at 2,6 degrees of freedom and also the 3,6 degrees of freedom. So first we will check for the treatment. So F 2,6 at 5% level of significance. So level of significance is not given. So F table value is 4.76. 4.76. What is calculated value? 7.9. So F calculated is greater than F tab, which implies, so if it is greater than calculated value is greater than table value means we reject the null hypothesis, that is H01. So the first null hypothesis is rejected. Similarly, rejected means what is the case? That means in the treatments are not homogeneous. So next, F table value at 3,6 degrees of freedom, that is F 3,6 at 5% level of significance is, so the table value for F is given as 4.76. So 3,6 it is 4.76. Sorry, for 2,6 the table value is 5.14. So anyhow 4.76 or 5.14 both are less than the calculated value only. So the treatments, the null hypothesis is rejected. Now for the blocks, what is the calculated value? 1.59. So here F calculated value is less than F table value. So if calculated value is less than table value, we accept the null hypothesis. So which implies accept the null hypothesis, that is H02. So what is H02? The blocks are homogeneous. So for this problem, we got that the treatments are not homogeneous, but the blocks are homogeneous. So in the same way how we have done the ANOVA two-way classification, the steps will be same. So this is one of the practical question also. So make sure you learn CRT and RPD steps very carefully. So in the next class we will see about the missing observation in the RPD. So in CRT we cannot find the missing observation, but in RPD we can find the missing observations. So tomorrow's next class we will see how to estimate that missing observation and to perform the RPD analysis for the missing observation.